what accounts for the fact that we don't allow the Zohar to change or determine the halacha when there are nigla sources that say otherwise? The pshat is perhaps very similar to the idea that we know we don't paskin like a gadita against Gemara. There's a discussion. The Goinim say that we don't paskin like a gadita. Now, some people, like Rabbi Zari Derasi and Mori Naim, said, you see, that's because the Goinim felt that the gadita is not very important. It also says over there, we don't paskin like Toseftos against the Gemara. Right? Not that the Tosefta is. The answer is that when it comes to following halacha, we have a certain method of following. And either a gadita is not at all relevant to halacha, even though it's the same Tanaim, the same Amoraim. And the same thing is true when it comes to Zohar. Zohar, if you actually read it, it's very much much of it, like a medrash. As we saw, it's referred to here as medrash anelam. I mean, it reads like a medrash, very poetic, very inspiring. But it's a medrash. It's not a halachic source. So if it's not a halachic source, so therefore, relatively, it's not a halachic text. So yes, sometimes it touches on halachic questions, but fundamentally it's not a halachic text, just like sometimes Medrash Rabbah will touch on halachic questions, but it's not a halachic text. And that doesn't mean it's less important, it just means it's not its goal. And one reason why we don't look at a gadita, and for that matter, Zohar or Kabbalistic ideas in a definitive way in terms of psak halacha, is because, like the Maharal there explains, that you don't know, first of all, if it's meant to be taken literally or not. There's a third reason why we don't always follow the Zohar. And this point is made, among others, by the Marshal Siman Tzadi Ches in Shuvos. And he writes that, let's assume that the Zohar is written by Rashbi. Let's say we have a halacha that seems to us as mutter or aser. The Imhaya Rashbi, I'm reading from the Marshal, Rashbi, Omed lefanenu v'tzavach, l'shanoi saminag, shenagu hakadmonim, lo ashkechinan bei, ki berov dvarav ein halacha kamoso.